Yes, in this video we are going to discuss about this web and social analytics for BI. We can just discuss about what is a web and social analytics. Social analytics means it is a process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data from social media to gain insights for informed decision making. It involves tracking metrics like engagement, reach, and sentiments to measure the performance of social media campaigns, understand audience behavior, monitor brand reputation, and optimize strategies. So businesses use social analytics to make data-driven decisions that align with their goal, such as creating more effective content, targeting the right audience, and improving the customer engagement. So the like we can tell it involves gathering data from social networks and using tools to analyze it. So it ranges from tracking simple quantitative metrics like likes and shares to more advanced qualitative analysis using natural language processing and AI. So this focuses on quantitative analysis, like it focuses on numbers and metrics to measure campaign success. So examples include tracking like follower growth, post engagement. Post engagement is nothing but the likes, comments, and shares, and CTR is nothing but the click through rates. And also we have qualitative analysis. This involves analyzing the content and sentiments of conversations. So we also have a sentiment analysis, like understanding whether a conversation is about a brand or positive, negative, or neutral. And audience insights, that is analyzing demographics like age, gender, and location to understand who your audience is. Trend identification also, that is spotting what topics are trending and how they relate to your brand. See, like normally the tools and technologies that like we have used various software platforms are used for the social analytics, often employing AI and ML for real-time data pre-processing, processing and predictive insights. So applications in businesses, there is organizations use social analytics for a variety of purposes, such as uh, marketing optimization, there is informing of future content creation and marketing strategies, monitoring online conversations to manage brand reputation and handle crisis, analyzing competitor strategies, quantifying the return on investment of social media campaigns, tailoring content and strategies for different audience groups. So these are the main overview of this social analytics. So let's also talk about this web analytics. Web analytics, it is a gathering, synthesizing, and analysis of website data with the goal of improving the website user experience. It is a practice that useful for managing and optimizing websites, web applications, or other web products. It's a data driven practice that help companies make high impact website decisions. So you might also get ideas on improving your website and driving the business growth from web analytics. So, like the product managers, data scientists, designers, and others can use web analytics to enhance their website or product experience and meet customer needs. So web analytics is helpful for understanding which channels bring users to your website. So you can also identify popular site content by calculating the average stay on your web pages and how users interact with them, including which pages prompt users to leave. So web analytics features like amplitudes journeys show how users interact with your site. So you can use this information to improve underperforming pages and increase audience engagement across your websites. For example, we can say payment processor Square used web analytics from Amplitude to redesign its homepage. That is creating a new seller journey and making it easier for interested companies to get started with the company. So the company continued to iterate on its redesign, gathering data, and saw double-digit improvements in key metrics. So one key insight, that is customer preferred chatting with company representatives over submitting their information in a contact form. So the data you gather about your company's online performance may come from multiple sources. So two main web analytics types are defined by the sources of data, that is online web analytics and offline web analytics. So online web analytics measure your audience behaviors and interactions directly with your website. So this category of analytics can help you track engagement and conversions. So Amplitude offers a true self-serve analytics to help you understand everything that happens on your site. So the most common type of online on-site analytics is page tagging. So when a page is tagged with a snippet of code, it collects information from each visitor. That is a page tracking enables you to follow visitors as they engage with your site and watch their path to bounce or conversion. So because you get detailed and real-time data on-site analytics helps you learn what parts of your site are most effective versus those that lose readers. So offline analytics brings in third-party data suppliers to help you understand your site's performance as part of the overall market. So this category encompasses everything from social media analytics to panel data. So these analytics aren't just about your site; they are about how you stack up to your competitors. For instance, your social media analytics tool may tell you your share of social voice, but also that of two major companies also operating in your niche. Your on site analytics tools might show a steady stream of new visitors from social media, which makes your Instagram and TikTok efforts looks great. So, however, imagine knowing that your company only comes up when 10% of relevant decisions, whereas a competitor's name gets dropped in nearly 50% of those conversations. So clearly, you have a greater potential audience on these sites and plenty of work to do it if you want to overtake your competitor. So companies may also purchase data from panels or ISPs, that is internet service providers. So companies like ComScore, make a note of it, ComScore and Nielsen pay everyday internet users to install tracking tools on their home computers so that they track the online habits of their user panels and use what they learn to predict how people behave on a population level. So this data can be broken down by demographic to help companies learn more about who's in their audience. So, however, it's limited by the size and composition of the panels. For instance, may struggle to glean insights as these companies mainly gather data from personal computers. So ISP is data is wider but less precise than the panel data, and ISP can see almost everything a user does online because it's responsible for connecting internet users to the sites they wanted to visit. So these records often include data from millions of people and tend to represent both work and home internet use. So, however, ISPs don't offer demographic data. They anonymize their reports, so they are not useful for learning about a particular customer segment. So, this data is better for getting a broader view of how many people interact with your sites. Yes, okay. Okay, these are the basic overall of web and social media analytics. So that is what given here. Measures website performance, visitors, bounce rate, page views, and conversion rates. So normally it measures the website performance, number of visitors visit on a particular video, and the bounce rate and the conversation rate. So bounce rate is a website analytics metrics that measures the percentage of a single page sessions, indicating how many users visit a site and leave without viewing other pages. So it is calculated by dividing the number of single page sessions by the total number of sessions. So a high bounce rate often suggests that visitors are not engaging with the content, which can impact user experience and SEO performance. Metrics like bounce rate can provide immense insight into your search engine optimization performance. So, with the bounce rate, you measure the percentage of users that visited your site without viewing other pages and can then work backward to evaluate your page and site's SEO health. So bounce rate is a website analytic metrics that measures the percentage of single page sessions or the percentage of users that visit the site without viewing other pages. And also we have one more rate, that is exit rate. So the difference between this bound and exit rate is the interaction rate. Bound rate measures when someone lands on a URL and then leaves, while exit rate measures when someone lands on a URL, visits one or more additional URLs and then leaves. Okay, these are the main difference between the bound rate and exit rates. So the importance of this calculating the bound rate is when users choose to leave your website without visiting any other pages, they provide feedback. So this feedback can reinforce your site purposes. It means like the users are visiting your web pages, but he may not traverse on to the further pages, which means maybe the user on the site may not probably interested or likes onto the viewing the particular website. So that those sort of feedback can get from this calculating the bounce rate. So the main importance of this bounce rate is calculating the feedback. That is they are the customers feedback that can be calculated by this bounce rate. So the feedback can reinforce your site's purposes, like sharing food recipes, or go against your site purposes like delivering emergency services. So bounce rate provides the feedback on web design choices like font colors and also in the page layouts. So a high bounce rate, for example, could reveal poor color contrast, which makes your content difficult to read. So does your site have the usability issues like non-responsive layout for mobile devices or unresponsive buttons? So your bounce rate can hint at these issues, with a higher bounce rate often indicating usability issues. So content, is your content engaging, easy to read and focused on the user needs? So your bounce rate can provide insight here, with users leaving your site in response to your poor content. So that feedback we can be achieved by calculating these sort of a bounce rate. So in comparison, good content can encourage users to stay longer and explore your website more. Okay. So and also we have a average bounce rate. So see, normally a good bounce rate depends on multiple factors like your type of a website, traffic, and industry. So most marketers, however, say a good bounce rate is a 40% or lower, and anything higher than 50% is bad and viable for improvement. So high bounce rate, if you operate a cooking website, you would expect higher bounce rate, but if you run a website for emergency plumbing services, you would expect lower bounce rates. So that's why what's even considered a highest bounce rates varies by industry. There are also tips to improve the bounce rate, that is, segmenting your bounce rate at the site or page level can help you troubleshoot bounce rate by channel, source or medium, device, location, and more. If you notice higher bounce rates for mobile devices on a URL, that could indicate a usability issue. So next is a conversion rate. Conversion rate is a marketing metric that measures the percentage of visitors to your website or online platform who perform a desired action, such as making a purchase or signing up for a newsletter. It is calculated by dividing the number of conversions by the total number of visitors and multiplying by 100 to get a percentage. So higher conversion rate indicates more effective marketing efforts, as it reflects user engagement and behavior. Understanding and optimizing conversion rates is crucial for improving profitability and success in digital marketing and e-commerce. Conversion rate is the percentage of users' actions taken after total clicks on a display and or other digital asset. So, like the counts can be like number of times the email opens, form signups, purchases. So it measures the number of users who converted as a percentage of the total number of users that visited your site. So figuring out your conversion rate is easy. That is, all you have to do is take the number of people who interact with a particular piece of content like an email or page on your website and divide the number of conversations by the total. See, the total you divide by depends on the type of content you want to find the conversion rate for. So for example, imagine that you just send out an email campaign to announce the upcoming release of your new product of 10,000 customers who have bought from you before. So of these 10,000 email recipients, 5,000 clicked through to sign up for pre-order. So your e-commerce conversion rate on that email is 500 divided by 10,000 minus 5%. So these are the main functionality and main purpose of these rates in that we are using in this web analytics: bounce rate, page views, and conversion rate. And also, and in social media analytics, it monitors users engagement, reach, likes, shares, and comments and sentiments about a brand. So both together feed business intelligence systems to help in understanding customer preferences, measuring marketing ROI. So ROI is nothing but the return on investment. Um, we can we can tell that it is a performance measure used to evaluate the efficiency or profitability of an investment. So return on investment, it expressed as a percentage. Return on investment is a financial ratio that measures the profit generated by an investment related to its cost. So key factors which influencing this ROI include the initial investment amount, ongoing maintenance cost, and the cash flow generated by the investment. So to calculate the ROI, the return of investment is divided by the cost of the investment. The result is expressed as a percentage or a ratio. So ROI is a popular profitability metric used to evaluate how well an investment has performed. So it is expressed as a percentage and is calculated by dividing an investment's net profit by its initial cost or outlay. So ROI can be used to make comparisons and rank investments in different projects or assets. It does not account for the holding period or passage of time, and therefore it can overlook the opportunity cost of investing elsewhere. In other words, we can tell like a popular profitability metric used to evaluate how well an investment has performed. So a simple formula for ROI is current value of investment minus cost of investment divided by the cost of investment. The current value of investment is the value of an investment at a given moment. For stocks or other similar investments, it is the current market plus any fees or other expenses incurred at the time of purchase. So for a project, it includes factors like the discounted cash flow over the investment's lifetime and any management cost incurred. So cost of investment is how much an investment was purchased for, including fees and expenses. So project cost at the time the project was financed or included, because ROI is measured as a percentage. It can be easily compared with returns from other investments, allowing one to measure a variety of investments types against one another. So ROI is a popular metric because of its versatility and simplicity. Essentially, ROI can be used as a rudimentary gauge of an investment's profitability. So this could be the ROI on a stock investment. A company expects on expanding a factory, or the ROI is rated in a real estate transaction. So this is what understanding customer preferences, measuring marketing ROI, improving digital campaigns, tracking trends and online reputation. Next, we have some sort of the use cases and business intelligence output. That is a website traffic analysis, dashboards showing visitors, sources and engagement, and brand sentiment analysis, charts for positive or negative mentions, campaign performance tracking, that is a KPI, key performance indicators, reports comparing, and spend versus conversations, and customer segmentation, it is a cluster analysis of audience demographics, competitor benchmarking, that is comparison dashboards for social media metrics. Website traffic analysis is a process of collecting and interpreting data to understand user behavior on a website. By analyzing metrics like where users come from, what they do and how long they stay, businesses can improve user engagement, content performance and conversion rates. So the key metrics include unique visitors, same as we discussed before, page views, bounce rate and average session duration. So what is the purpose of this website traffic analysis? Is like it improves the user experience by identifying pain points such as high bounce rates on certain pages. That is, you can make necessary changes to keep users engaged, and also in optimize content. Understanding which content is most popular helps you create more of what your audience loves. And also in enhancing marketing strategies, you can see which marketing channels are driving the most valuable traffic and allocate resources accordingly. And also increase conversations. Analyzing user paths helps you improve the journey to conversion, whether that's a sale or a sign up. So who is it tells like who is visiting your site, from location, and where your visitors are coming from, what users do on your site including which pages they view, how long they stay and how they interact with the content. These factors refer to the concept of this user behavior, and where your visitors are coming from refers to the term of traffic sources. Who is visiting your site is audience demographics. And also one more thing is how effectively the site is meeting its goals, such as purchases, form submissions or other desired actions. That is performance and conversations. So the benefit of this website traffic analysis, we have these key concepts in achieving, and also we have seen the importance of this website traffic. So that is what the output will be. It shows the visitors, sources and engagements on a particular website. What are the actions done by on the user side on a particular website? All actions are being recorded and analyzed under this website traffic analysis. So next, brand sentiment analysis. Like detailing, we can if we tell about this, it is a process of analyzing the text data to determine the emotional tone of customer opinions about a brand, product, or a service. By using tools that leverage NLP. NLP is nothing but the natural language processing and machine learning. Companies can classify customer feedback from sources like social media, reviews, and surveys as positive, negative, or neutral to understand public perception and inform strategies. So, see, it works on that future of data collection. That is, it is a tool that collects large volumes of data from various sources. This such as social media post, online reviews, survey responses, and customer service transcripts. And algorithms use these technologies to read and understand the text to identify the emotional tone. The algorithms then classify the text into categories: positive, negative, or neutral. So more sophisticated analysis can go beyond simple classification to identify specific emotions, the aspect of a product being discussed. And also it is important, like it provides a real-time view of how a brand is perceived, helping companies monitor their reputations and respond to negative trends or crisis. And analyzing customer feedback helps identify what customers like and dislike, which can be used to improve product and customer service. And it offers a insight into the effectiveness of marketing campaigns and can reveal how a brand is performing against competitors. And next is the business decisions. It is the insight gained can help businesses make data driven decisions to better meet customer needs and improve overall customer satisfaction. So it is also a methodology of brand intelligence for capturing and analyzing opinions about a brand. So it enables the businesses to monitor brand health and to take corrective action when sentiment is trending downward. So sentiment analysis can help weather a crisis, providing teams with the information about the impact of an event or communications on audience perceptions of the brand. So it also provide insight into the effectiveness of marketing campaigns and product design and reveal how a business is faring against competitors. Next is a campaign performance analysis. So it is a process of using AI, machine learning techniques. It is a process of evaluating So when it comes to this campaign performance analysis, it is a process of evaluating marketing efforts by measuring key performance indicators against set goals to understand effectiveness, optimize future strategies, and demonstrate return on investment. To perform an analysis, you must first define your campaign object life that then track relevant metrics like CTR, click through rate, conversion rate, and return on ad spend to see how your campaign performed in terms of reach, engagement, and conversion. So the analysis help identify what worked well, so what didn't, and how to improve future campaigns, from refining ad spend to enhancing campaign creative. So defining the goals, selecting the right KPI, gather and analyze data, generate a performance report, take action and optimize. So before launching a campaign, establish clear, measurable objectives. These goals will determine which KPIs you track. For example, a campaign for lead generation would track cost per lead, while a sales focused campaign would focus on return on ad spend. So choose a metric that align with your goals. Collect data from all your marketing channels and compare actual performance against your goals. Look for patterns such as which channels deliver the best results or which ad creative resonated most with the audience. So KPI reports comparing ad spends versus conversations. So customer segmentation is the process of dividing a company's customer base into a distinct groups based on shared characteristics such as demographics, behavior, needs or buying patterns. So this allows businesses to create more personalized and effective marketing strategies, tailor products and services, and improve the overall customer experience by moving away from a one size fits all approaches. So the purpose and benefits of this are targeted messaging, personalized experiences, informed decisions, improved marketing, ROI. So targeted campaigns often have higher engagement such as increased email open and click through rates. Competitive benchmarking is the process of comparing your business's performance, products, and strategies against those of your competitors to identify strength, weakness, and opportunities for improvement. So, by analyzing metrics such as market position, customer engagement, and operational efficiency, a company can gain a better understanding of its standings in the market and set data driven goals to enhance its competitiveness. So, the key aspects of competitive benchmarking is performance comparison, strategic analysis, identification of gaps and best practices, informed decision making, continuous support. So performance comparison means it involves measuring your company's performance metrics against competitors using data from public sources, market research or third party assessments. When it comes to strategic analysis, it helps in understanding how competitors achieve their goal by evaluating their strategies, processes, and offering to inform your own business decisions. Next is the identification of gaps and best practices. By comparing key performance indicators, you can identify performance gaps, validate assumptions, and discover industry best practices that can be implemented for improvement. Informed decision making, the insights gained from benchmarking enable companies to make informed strategic decisions, set realistic performance targets, and adapt to changing market conditions. Next is a continuous improvement. Benchmarking is not a one-time event. Continuous monitoring and evaluating are essential to track trends, adapts to market shifts, and maintain a competitive advantage. So the examples of what can be benchmarked are marketing, operations, customer satisfactions, and finance. So comparison dashboards for social media metrics have been used here. So we have a list of projects here. Social media sentiment dashboard. That is, it analyzes the public opinion about a brand or product using tweets and posts. And website performance BI dashboard, that is integrate Google Analytics data with BI dashboards. So the tools which we are using here, Google Analytics API, Power BI, and SQL. The outcome of this is to track visitor traffic, bounce rate, session time, and conversion goals. So normally the main purpose of this social media sentiment dashboard, which means it is a centralized tool that uses AI to analyze social media content and visually display the emotional tone of a public opinion about a brand, product, or a topic. So these dashboards typically track key metrics like overall sentiments, trends over time, and the volume of mentions, helping businesses understand public perception and make data driven decisions. So, sentiment analysis means it uses the AI and the NLP, natural language processing, to automatically classify social media mentions as positive, negative, or neutral. And real time tracking monitors and display sentiments as it changes, allowing for quick responses to emerging issues. And trend analysis is showing how sentiment and conversation volume change over specific periods, helping to identify patterns and spikes. A website performance BI dashboard is a tool that visualizes and analyzes key website metrics like traffic, conversion rates, and session duration from multiple data sources to provide actionable insights. So these dashboards consolidate complex data into interactive, easy to understand charts and graph, helping team monitor performance, that is tracks KPI and make data driven decisions without having to shift through raw spreadsheets. So what it tracks are traffic metrics, engagement metrics, performance metrics, and audience insights. Traffic metrics simply refers to total visitors, page views, and a session duration. Whereas engagement metrics, it's a bounce rate, click-through rates, and conversion rates. Performance metrics is a lead conversion, revenue, and marketing return on investment. It's nothing but the ROI. And audience insight, there is a top performing pages, referral sites, and geographical locations. Next also we have a marketing campaign effectiveness. It combines a social media ad performance with sales data. So market campaign effectiveness measures how well a campaign achieves its goal, typically by evaluating its return on investment and impact on revenue and customer acquisition cost. To access effectiveness, businesses should first set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound SMART goals, and then use variety of metrics like website traffic, conversion rates and customer lifetime value and brand awareness to track progress. So continuous tracking and analysis of this data are crucial for making informed decisions and optimizing future campaigns. The key metrics for measuring this effectiveness, the ROI, that is return on investment, ROE is return on ad spend, CAC, customer acquisition cost, conversion rates, website traffic and bounce rate, CLTV, customer lifetime value, brand awareness, customer retention rate. So normally the ROI calculates the profitability of a marketing investment. ROAS measures the revenue generated for every dollar spent on advertising. CAC is a customer acquisition cost, the total cost of sales and marketing efforts to acquire a new customer. And conversion rates, a percentage of users who complete a desired action such as filling out a form or making a purchase. And website traffic and bounce rate measures the number of visitors to your site and how quickly they leave. Spikes in traffic can indicate a successful campaign, while a high bounce rate may suggest content isn't meeting expectations. So CLTV, customer lifetime value, the average revenue a customer is expected to generate over their lifetime with your business. So an upward trend in CLTV can indicate a positive long-term impact from your marketing. And brand awareness accesses how familiar the target audience is with your brand, which can be measured through social media engagement, brand mentions and survey data. And the customer retention rate, the percentage of customers a company keeps over a given period. The tools that we are using here is Facebook Insights, Google Ad APIs and Power BI. The outcome is visualize which campaigns brings the highest ROI. And next we have a project of a competitor social media benchmarking. It compares engagement metrics like follower shares with competitors. The tools we are using here are BrandWatch or Sprout Social plus BI dashboard. The outcome of this is understand market positioning and improve strategy. And influencer impact analysis project identify which influencers generate the most engagement and conversions. So the tools we are using here are Instagram API or YouTube Analytics or Tableau. So the outcome of this influencer impact analysis is select the most effective influencers for future campaigns. So, influencer impact analysis involves accessing the effectiveness of influencers and their marketing campaigns by measuring their reach, engagement, and impact on brand awareness, credibility, and sales. So, this is done by analyzing metrics like engagement rates, audience demographics, and its sentiments. So, as well as tracking campaign performance and return on investment. So, analysis helps brand optimize future collaborations by understanding what resonates with their target audience and how influencers influence consumer behavior at various stages of the buyer journey. So the processes involved in web and social media analytics in BI projects are data collection and data storage. So as we know, like data collection is the systematic process of gathering and measuring information from various sources to answer questions, to test hypotheses or support decision making. So common methods include surveys, interviews, observations, and experiments, which can be used to collect both quantitative and qualitative data. So effective data collection is essential for ensuring research integrity and reliability of results. So the primary goal is to obtain information to make informed decisions, solve problems, and to identify the trends. So this can involve everything from tracking a company's performance to evaluating the effectiveness of a new policy. So data, and when we talks about the data, we have a types of data: primary and secondary. Information collected directly from the source, that is a survey you contact. And secondary data is information that has been collected by someone else, example public data or data from a partner company. And types of data based on measurement are quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is measurable and numerical information such as statistics or counts. Qualitative data, that is descriptive information that captures qualities or characteristics like opinions or descriptions. The methods and tools that we used here: surveys, interviews, observations, focus groups, experiments, and secondary data analysis. So data collection is we collect the web and social media data using the APIs. So we use the tool of Google Analytics API, Twitter API, and Metagraph API. The Google Analytics API is nothing but the application programming interface. The Google Analytics API refers to the suite of application programming interfaces that allows programmatic interaction with Google Analytics data and configuration settings. So these APIs enable developers and advanced users to automate tasks, integrate Google Analytics data with other systems, and build custom applications. So Google Analytics data, this API provides programmatic access to Google Analytics and reports data. It allows the users to run reports and retrieve dimensions and metrics, apply filter and paginate through large datasets, enabling the creation of customer dashboards, automated reporting and data integration with other platforms. The Twitter API is a set of programmatic interfaces that allows developers to interact with the platform. So it provides a way for applications and services to access and manipulate the data and features outside of the standard website or the mobile apps. So when we talk about this Twitter API, the key functionalities are accessing data, posting and managing tweets, managing user interactions, analyzing data and real-time data streaming. So retrieving information like tweets, user profiles, timelines, followers and trends, that we are achieving the functionality of by the concept of this accessing data. And next is creating new tweets, replying, retweeting, liking and deleting tweets. That is posting and managing tweets. So this functionality is also have been achieved. And next is following and unfollowing users, sending direct messages and blocking users. That is managing user interactions. And next is analyzing the data. That is accessing metrics and insights. Insights are the valuable information related to tweet performance, conversations and user engagement. And real-time data streaming, that is it receives a continuous stream of public tweets and other events as they happen. So developers can use this API by sending requests to specific API endpoints and receive data in response, typically in a structured format like JSON. To ensure security and control access, the API requires authentication, usually through auth method. So that's all about this Twitter API. And next we have a Metagraph API. So Metagraph API is a primary way for applications to interact with the Facebook platform and its associated services such as Instagram and Workplace. So it is an HTTP based API that allows developers to programmatically access and manipulate data within the Meta ecosystem. So the key concepts of this Metagraph API are, so usually the name itself indicates that it has a graph. So the key concepts we have are nodes, edges, fields and so on. So coming to nodes, it represents the objects like users, pages. So these are termed as a node here, like a user is as a one node, page is another node, whereas group is a third another node. So users, pages, group, post, photos or comments, all are represented as a nodes here. In edges, that is, it represents the connections or relationships between these nodes, such as a user's friends, a page, post or a photos, comments. And on fields represents the metadata or attributes associated with each node, like a user's name or a post content. The functionality of the Graph API enables a wide range of actions for developers, including retrieving data from profiles, pages, groups, and posts. So, automating tasks like publishing post or managing ads, so uploading photos and videos, accessing insights and analytics, managing messages and interactions. So all these functionalities, and also we have access and permissions, versions and updates. That is, the Graph API is regularly updated with new versions, which may introduce new features, modify existing endpoints, and adjust access policies or rate limits. So developers needs to stay informed about these updates to ensure their applications remain to be compatible. So that's all about this Meta API. And also extra metrics such as likes, shares, followers, visits, and CTR, etc. That's all these are within the data collection phase. And in data storage, that is, it stores data in databases or data warehouses, and also it integrates data from multiple platforms into one repository, and applying this NLP for the sentiment analysis. So data storage is the process of recording and preserving the digital information using various technologies for later access. So it involves using medias like hard drives, SSDs, and optical disks to store data in formats like files, blocks, or objects. So data storage is crucial for protecting information, enabling retrieval, and supporting computer operations. So next we have data cleaning and transformation, and also visualization and report. So in cleaning and transformation, that is, it removes the duplicates, format timestamps, and standardized metrics. It converts the unstructured text, which is nothing but they are mentioning the comments and tweets or the unstructured text into the analyzable format. So formatting a timestamp in BI tool typically involves adjusting the display of date and time values to your desired format. The specific steps and options vary slightly depending on the BI tool being used. So identify the timestamp column. Locate the column containing the timestamp or the date or the time information you wish to format. So next is a data analysis. So it uses a BI tools to analyze metrics like engagement rate, sentiment score, and traffic patterns. Engagement rate measures the level of interaction with a piece of content or a website or an ad campaign relative to its audience size or reach. So it's calculated by dividing the total number of engagements like shares, comments, clicks, or time spent on a page by the total reach, impressions, or number of followers, and then multiplying by 100. A higher engagement rate indicates that the content is resonating well with its audience. And finally we have a visualization and reporting. So after processing all these steps, that is data collection. In the data collection we have seen the brief detailed analysis of these APIs, Google Analytics, Twitter, and also Metagraphic, and on data storage, how the data is being stored in the databases or data warehouses. By using it uses the MySQL and BigQuery, Azure, etc. And next we came data cleaning and transformation, and then we perform the data analysis, and finally we are fed up with this visualization and reporting phase. So it built dashboards showing KPIs, engagement, reach, sentiment, conversation. That is, it uses the charts or trend lines and maps to make insights clear, time and ad spend. And also after visualization, that is after making all the analyzed data onto a particular report, and the report should be visualized in a way that on the other hand the people can able to view it in a very feasible method, so that we have a lot of techniques in this visualization method, so that those techniques are being followed under this. And finally, after a visualization phase of this particular method, we are continuing with knowledge delivery. That is, it deliver reports to the decision makers via web dashboards, email alerts or mobile BI apps. It enables a drill down for campaign or demographic level details. So optimization and action. Finally, we have this phase. It used like BI insights to adjust marketing strategy, content type and posting. So after the visualization method, we are deliver that report to the decision makers. So what we have created dashboards in BI under the visualization phase. That dashboard is being sent on to the client side to make them to analyze those decisions from it. And finally, we use all the BI insights to adjust the marketing strategy, content type and posting. So finally, the optimization, that is a optimized decision that we have been taken from the analyzed report. That is, analyzed report is done by on the fifth phase of this technique, that is visualization technique, and that information is being carried or sent on to the client side. So that phase is handled by here the sixth phase, which is nothing but the knowledge delivery phase. And finally, all the decisions are being used to make the business growth, or to improve the market strategy and so on. So finally, our project or the last phase is fed up with this optimization and action phase. Thank you.